Benvenuti UC People, questo è il nostro appuntamento con lo UC Coffee Break del 21 ottobre. Abbiamo con noi oggi Pexip e con la persona di Graham Walsh che ci presenterà appunto Video Interoperability with Skype for Business. Questa sarà una sessione anche hands-on, non solo dimostrativa. Okay, thank you very much Graham to be with us. This is the UC UG and this is the UC Coffee Break. Over to you now.
Good morning. Thank you for having us on the show. So, my name is Graham from Pexip, and today we're going to take you through the options on how you can look at video interoperability for your Skype for Business, your Skype meeting broadcast, and how you can use Pexip to make your video platform and Skype for Business come together seamlessly. So, where do we integrate? So, we make it very, very simple for users to carry on with their normal workflow. So using their Skype for Business client, whether it's Windows, the new Mac client, even Project Rigel, we're testing as Ignite, whichever platform you have, but being able to just make a call to your regular VTC systems that you already have in your organization, which could be from, Lifesize, Polycom, Cisco, Huawei, Yealink, any standards-based video with a Pexip in the middle, we can then bring it together and users can have that seamless meeting. And we have several different options on how you can deploy it. So here's a quick overview of what it could look like. You have your VTCs, as you can see from Cisco and from Polycom, and Pexip is a software platform, so it's purely virtualized, and it can be hosted in your own data center, so on your own Hyper-V, 2012, 2016, or VMware, any other platforms, such as Zen, KVM, even the open source ones, they're all supported. And back earlier in the year, we announced support for Azure. So being able to deploy your Pexip management node and conference nodes into Microsoft Azure and then host the interoperability server there. Again, users don't need to know where servers are hosted, but for administrators, it gives you this flexibility on, do you want some on-premise and some in the cloud, and having that capability to cloud burst. So you may have some on-premise deployments and you need some extra capacity for an all-hands call maybe, and you need more video rooms in, and then you can simply burst to the cloud and utilize their resources, their infrastructure as a service, to give you that capacity, and then turn them back off when you don't need them. So this is what a Azure platform looks like. So we have our one notion of our manager, which is what we call our dashboard, our single pane of glass that can manage everything, set everything up, configure your users, configure your devices. So one of the nice features within the Pexip platform is that you're able to take device registrations. So traditionally, many organizations will have a big platform for call control, for video routing, firewall traversal, WebRTC. They'll have all different flavors of boxes. But with Pexip, it's just one admin dashboard for everything, and being able to simplify your video network to have less management and have a single view of everything. And then next up we have what we call our conference nodes, and these are the infrastructure or servers that will do the video processing, so the real-time processing, mixing the Microsoft H.264 to the standard SIP or 323, whatever sort of protocols you want to talk to, even WebRTC and ORTC in Microsoft Edge. This will make the magic happen in the background. And as you can see here, we have some deployed in UK South, some in East US, and Southeast Asia. So this means you can spread out your Pexip conference nodes to where your users are. You don't have to bring them all across into one location, meaning you have a distributed architecture. And that's what Pexip is well known for, is having a distributed architecture, which is also then very scalable, because then you can deploy more conference nodes in these locations. So this is a live call running, as you can see. We've used the Azure network using site-to-site VPNs to create our private network within our subscription in Microsoft Azure. So we have our 3 servers, and they're all up and running, and we have connected one person in each location, as you can see in these zip addresses, and each orange dot is what we call the conference node. And we have built up a call, and everyone has joined their local region, and when they're in the call, they're just in the normal gallery view, for example, in the Skype for Business Windows client, or the new quad layout in the Mac client. But these are video endpoints, and obviously Skype users connect with their Skype clients, and they will connect to the host's Skype meeting online server. But the video endpoints can connect locally to save bandwidth, so they're not coming all the way, say, from the US back to the UK. So being very efficient and using the Azure networking piece too. And another nice feature that we have on the platform is being able to have ORTC. So this is the standard that is in Microsoft Edge, and Microsoft introduced it for Skype Consumer, where you can log in on your browser and not have to install anything, so no plugins, it will just work. So what we have with Pexip is the platform where you go to your conference node, you go to your web address, and you can join a meeting. So you type in the Skype meeting ID, and you can connect into it without any plugins. So this could be really advantageous maybe for banking or insurance customers, where they want this business-to-consumer connectivity, but they still want them to talk to this Skype for Business clients. So being able to have external access to users with no plugins, they can simply send them a hyperlink to join a meeting, and the user will just click on the link, put in their name, and click connect. So making it very simple to deploy a banking to consumer application. So this is a quick view of what it looks like when you want to call another user. So we'll do a demonstration in a little bit too, to give you an overview. On the left-hand side, I've got my standard Skype for Business client, and this is Office 365 client and user I'm running. And I can add into my buddy list my different meeting rooms, so my Cisco device, my Polycom device, and what I'm able to do is right-click, start a video call, just like I would with a user. So very, very simple to come in. Someone from at home like I am today, I could call someone in the office in their meeting room because they've got a meeting room booked or reserved, and it's a point-to-point call. Now this is very unique to Pexip. There's not many people out there that can actually allow point-to-point calls using a gateway service. So this is what we call Pexip Infinity Gateway. So users can see the devices and just right-click video call. So very, very simple workflow. And when you're in a call, you're obviously someone's in the meeting room, and usually they may have a HDMI cable or a VGA cable into their laptop, and they will present. So again, coming from the standards-based room system, the VTCs, plugging the cable in, and then displayed in my stage in my Skype for Business client. Now, what's quite nice here is that obviously this is taking the standards content sharing protocol and then mixing it into the RDP protocol that is in Skype for Business today. And we all know the latest and greatest feature now is video-based screen sharing when you are doing full screen. So again, that's something we're looking at doing. It's on the roadmap, and it's a nice candidate to have on the roadmap. So we'll be able to support hopefully full, rich video when you're content sharing too. And especially when you're doing things like with the new Surface Hub, which has got a great device, and then being able to use the full power of that collaboration tool as well. So here's a quick overview of what a call would look like in Pexip. So we have the conference node that we've got hosted in Azure, for example, and our VTC endpoint. And this happens to be a H323 device because it's got a number. We're able to dial that. And here's my SIP client at my on Microsoft address. And simply my workflow was right-click on the Pexip.Ninja account, start video call. So my call leaves the Skype client into Pexip and dials out to the registered device. So very, very simple, even to administer the platform and see what's happening. And then when you want to have obviously multiple people in a call, again, you just add a new participant, drag someone else into the call. So in your Skype client, you've obviously got the top right button where you can add more participants and you can add more meeting rooms to the call. So making it very, very simple for users to just bring in other rooms. You expand the call, you want to get more people involved, and obviously preserving the gallery view at the top, and obviously then content is all seen by everyone. So in this call you can see we've got the Polycom system, we've got the Cisco system, and myself on my Skype client. So multiple technologies all in this Skype meeting. And here's a view from the ORTC client. So this has now been dialed into the meeting. So again, full rich feature. In the web client, you actually see your content too, and obviously your video window as well. So over in the top left, we have the live call with each individual stream, and then top right, we have my own self preview. So a very, very nice solution to have people connect in without any plugins required. And another nice feature, so when you are in the Pexip browser, so whether it's ORTC in Microsoft Edge, or even when you're in Chrome, Firefox, and any other browser that supports WebRTC, we have our chat room. And this chat facility also integrates with the Skype for Business client. So if people are sending messages or hyperlinks to other information you need to get to, it's bi-directional. So users do not miss out on any IM activity, even though they're in a web browser. So making it very, very simple for users to collaborate while they're in the call too. Obviously, room systems like Cisco and Polycom, they don't understand messaging, so those users wouldn't see it. You'd need your browser to see that, any messaging. And one of the new features that we've released into the product in version 13, which was released last week, is the ability to upload PowerPoint files. And this is what we've done today. We have uploaded our PowerPoint just so it streams better and more efficient across the network. And as a user, you go to Present, and then you select Present PowerPoint file, and then this uploads it to the Office Web App Server, or the OOS, I think it's now called. And basically what this does, it will upload, and Skype for Business users will see their content. Now, traditionally, when you had a VTC in the call, they would get a blank screen, and probably 10-15 minutes into presentation, someone would say, in the room, I can't see your slides. And so that's been a problem for people who use this way of collaborating. So when the call is routed through Pexip, Pexip now understands the format and takes the slide deck and then converts it into an image and puts it in the correct place on the VTC. So if you had a dual screen system in your conference room, you'd see your people on one side and the presentation on the other. So nothing is lost. Everyone has the best experience possible. So this is a really nice feature, and you can see it here working. So you upload your PowerPoint. So I've got control over here, or I can move my slides, and everyone in the far end will see that. So for example, here's the ORTC browser. They are seeing the content too, so no one's lost out. Everyone gets the rich content no matter what device they're on. And here's a snapshot of what the room system's like. So over here on the left screen, I have my Cisco system, and you can see the content is in the window there. And on the right system, this is my Polycom system, and they get the PowerPoint that's been uploaded too, so no one is left out. The one thing it doesn't support just yet is transitions. So if the slide was built up, the VTC systems would get the full built slide at the end. Again, it's the first release of the PowerPoint integration, so we'll see what happens moving along in the future on what we can develop. And here it is from the, again, the Pexip management node. We can see we have the Cisco system connected to the conference node, and all our other users talking to the Skype for Business online server. And one of the many questions we get is how can we integrate VTCs with Skype meeting broadcast? So there's lots of people now using broadcast to get some, big distributed content up to 10,000 users. And today it obviously only supports, again, like we have here, uploading your PowerPoint. So what happens is again, through Pexip Infinity, you can add a room to the call, and then that user simply is part of the call. You make them a presenter if you want them obviously to present. So that means you're able to use the high definition camera and audio that you have in a meeting room or boardroom to use as the presenter. So being able to use any device to come in and be part of the presentation within the Skype meeting broadcast. So very, very nice solution to do that. And in addition, obviously, they can then present. So if they're in the room with their laptop, they're not limited or restricted to just a PowerPoint. They can present their Excel, their CAD drawings, whatever it might be. So very, very simple for users to expand the use on Skype meeting broadcast. And so if you've got an on-premise deployment of Skype for Business, or you've got a hybrid and the users are homed on-premise, when you deploy Pexip, we can make it a trusted application to the server. So this means we have access to look up the conference ID. So what that means is users, when they want to join a meeting, they can walk in the room and they'll have their meeting invite, and they will just be able to come in and be able to dial that number. So making it very, very simple for users to join the meeting. So they will come in or go to the web browser and type in the meeting ID. That's the ID that's been set up by the Skype meeting. Nothing's changed. The workflow hasn't changed. You create your new meeting invite, you invite your people, you invite your rooms, and you click send. So when it's time, someone will go to a meeting room, pick up the remote control or go to the touch panel and just type the Skype meeting ID. And then Pexip will look up that ID and go, this is sitting on the Skype server. Let's put you in the Skype meeting. So very, very simple user workflow. And one of a lot of questions we get asked, because we speak to lots of customers with lots of different technologies, is, they may have a rollout of Jabber. How do you integrate Jabber with your Skype for Business? Well, again, simply having Pexip in the middle and having Pexip talk to your Skype server and talking to your Jabber platform. So it would be, in this case here, your Core Manager or VCS or other your Cisco technologies, and you neighbor the two together. And for example, in this demonstration we did here, we set up a prefix. So whenever someone dials 7 followed by the conference ID, 7 knew I had to go and send the call to Pexip, and then Pexip puts the call into the Skype meeting. So the user just walks up to their Jabber client, types in 764450, for example, and they're then in the Skype meeting. So again, helping users who are transitioning from one technology to another, you don't have to do a full upgrade of everyone's desktop to get them on the same version. It can be a transition platform using Pexip in the background to help that happen. And so one of the other features we've been working on, we work with a lot of partners, so Pexip product has lots and lots of features. There are some other features that, some customers want. And some of them are things like expanding the scheduling. So here with Modality Custominvite, we are able to use their Custominvite, which is, again, using the standard Skype meeting button, and been able to use the information that's provided in the invite to, again, create like a hyperlink. So users just click on Join Skype Meeting, and that will join your Skype client, or join via web browser, and that will open up your default web browser, whether it's Microsoft Edge or Chrome or Firefox, etc. But again, drop you straight into that meeting, and that's for on-premise or Office 365. And then you can add obviously additional information like your dial-in numbers for people on audio, and then provide information for users that are outside the organization but want to dial by video. So they may have a video system and they want to join. Again, with the Modality Custominvite, you can add these details to say, how do you join if you're an external participant? Very, very simple for users to understand. And then there's other areas of integration with scheduling, such as MyVRM, if you want a full suite of applications and do things like pop to the screen of the Cisco or the Polycom system to just walk in the room and have a join button. So there's many ways you can look at this to have a simple schedule solution too. And one of the applications we've actually built, again, this is like a prototype we did for a customer, was, again, you don't have a remote control and it's difficult to dial a meeting ID, but again, you create a hyperlink for a user, they click on the link, and they come to a web page, and you just type in the room device you want to connect to and dial the system. So making it very, very simple for users to come in, have a call. You can then see you're connected to your Office 365 user as MS SIP, and then the SIP meeting room. And what's also very nice is that we're able to display the content in the window too. So you can use the browser to see the content and just focus on video within the video room. And when it comes to what am I doing with the platform, what am I analyzing, what data is being used, where is people calling from? So Pexip has a very rich API background to it, so you're able to interrogate all the call history information. And one of the things we can do is then take that data and put it in Excel, put it into other third-party applications, and one we've been testing with is Power BI. And so you can now see exactly what the data has been doing, what people are doing, how they're making calls, what their call duration are, etc. So you can build up a dashboard however you want, and obviously make it interactive. And again, using Power BI on a Service Hub is a great tool. It's great fun to be interactive with it. But also, again, you can publish it online within your, say, intranet, so people can see, the call stats and all that nice information. So it's a great tool to use and analyze data with. So that's the overview of what we have at Pexip, and so hopefully that was useful. And these slides are available, so if someone wants to have a look at them offline, they're actually on SlideShare, and we'll publish a link for that. But now let's take you to a demonstration, and we will show you, how you bring in a third party. So what you're able to do is just simply drag and drop. Now, if my desktop will share, and this is not sharing at present, so we may not be able to do the demonstration because of our content sharing, but we can certainly present the video, and we'll post some links to see it all in action.
No problem. Thank you very much, Graham. That was absolutely great, and actually it's really amazing, how many things we can do with Pexip. So thank you so much to be with us. I'm going now to switch again in Italian just to complete the session.
Okay.
And I hope to see you soon. And thank you again for being with us. And obviously,
thank you very much.
Your slides, your video will be available on our website, and I will also publish the slides too, so that everything will be actually available for anyone interested, and also your contact details too, that someone wants to actually get in touch with you.
Great stuff, thank you.
Thank you so much again. Ok, questo era lo UC Coffee Break con Pexip, Video Interoperability with Skype for Business. Graham Walsh presentava per Pexip, scusate. Vi ricordo anche il prossimo appuntamento, che è lo UC Launch il 2 novembre con il nostro nuovo MVP Luca, che ci presenterà PBX Replacement Walkthrough. Grazie a tutti, and thank you very much to everyone, and thank you Graham again to be with us. Alla prossima. Bye now.